At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger. You are watching Coffee with Krueger every weekday morning at 6:30. Be sure to tune on in, of course, especially when there's weather going on. You want to know what's going on for the day. And Weather NorCal and Coffee with Krueger is a great place to start. You don't have to filter through the news. You don't have to filter through all of that stuff. If you just want to know what to wear for the day or what to expect for the day, this is the place to go. And, you know, the cool thing is you can watch from any platform. So if you're in the bathroom, getting ready, putting on your makeup, I'm of course talking to anybody who could be putting on their makeup, you can do that. And you can watch it from the free Weather NorCal app. Now, what I do is I send out a push notification every morning, about a minute or two before Coffee with Krueger starts. You'll get that notification. All you have to do is tap that notification, boom, it takes you right to the live streaming channel. Now, one of the things I like to mention is that it takes about 5 to 10 seconds for it to just kind of pop up on its own, at least the 24-hour channel. If it doesn't, there is an arrow in a box to press play. You can tap that and that'll get it going as well. There were some issues yesterday. I apologize for that. If you're watching from your Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, or I think it was on YouTube, but if you were watching from your Roku or Amazon Fire Stick and you noticed it wasn't there, that's because there were some issues with the server. But I was able to get it on YouTube and I was able to get it on Facebook and Twitter. So, you know, it just depended on where you are. But everything's back up and running. We're back on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. So super excited about that. And speaking of that, you can watch from different platforms on your TV, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and not to mention YouTube. And that's another thing to remember. If you have a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick and you're noticing, oh, where is it? It's down, something's wrong. Try YouTube. That's your backup if you want to watch from your TV, because many times it may be down for Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, but the YouTube channel may be okay. So again, it just all depends on that. So let's kind of check in this morning, see how everybody's doing this morning. I'm going to go ahead and let this load up. Sometimes it has a problem doing that. Let's see if we can refresh it, see if it does. I'm not really checking in here. There we go. All right, good. Everything looks good. Everything's up and running. And we've got people watching. Good morning to you all. Happy Thursday too. Boy, it was pretty active in some areas here. And, you know, right on target and just as expected, I tell you what, you know, those thunderstorms popped up around the Redding area and even south of that as well. Stephen saying good morning from Durham. Want to say good morning to you as well. And it was really interesting to see the amount of rainfall that we ended up seeing. Some decent rain in some areas. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. Let's take you out to some of the rainfall totals. Now, in West Redding, saw almost a half of an inch of rainfall. But look at this. You head to the south towards Red Bluff and Corning, at least based on the rain gauges I'm looking at. Didn't see any rainfall there, although there probably were some spots in Red Bluff and Corning that may have seen something. Chico, nothing. That's also the case for Oroville. But you head to the north and east of that, Shingletown, Bernie, right? And some pretty heavy rainfall at times in Bernie, by the way. Got a report there. But not as much off to the west, as you can see. Weaverville, Trinity Center, Hayfork, you know, only a few hundreds here and there, even for the coast. And there was a little bit more out towards Alturas at about a quarter of an inch of rainfall. So we'll certainly take it. Some good rainfall in some areas. The rain is actually still coming down in some areas. Now, the main cold front that helped produce the showers and thunderstorms we saw yesterday, that shifted off to the east. And then, of course, we saw some snow in some of the higher elevations last night and early this morning. And of course, that's creating some problems on some of those mountain highways. Nothing as far as chain requirements are concerned right now, but that could change here. You see that spin off to the left of your screen there? That's the area of low pressure diving down from the south. That is a cold area of low pressure that is going to spin off to our west and eventually kind of push through as we go into tonight and tomorrow. There are some showers you may have been experiencing. You're hearing a little bit of pitter-patter on the roof this morning in the Redding area, Old Shasta, Keswick, City of Shasta, Lake Mountain Gate, seeing some of those showers right now. Those have actually pushed a little bit to the north, and this is going to be the trend for today. That's where the activity is coming from. It's coming from the south, and then it will be working its way northward as these showers kind of come on in. And by the way, we're also seeing some showers making their way into southern Humboldt County, near Garberville, near Shelter Cove, and of course just off the coast there. South of Eureka, we're seeing some of those showers kicking in. And if we were to put this in motion, you would see again that counterclockwise spin, this activity moving to the north and even northwest around that area of low pressure. By the way, there is a winter weather advisory for the areas in purple. Now, for Trinity County, southeastern Humboldt County, until 11 o'clock tonight. Now, for the mountains just east of the valley, it's until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And then, of course, you can see the winter storm warning for Modoc, Lassen, and eastern Plumas County. That's from 7 o'clock tonight until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, these times are going to change. Where we see watches and warnings, that's all going to be changing here as the storm system kind of develops here. But that kind of gives you an idea of some of the snow we're going to see in the mountains, and that's going to impact your mountain travel. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second. Temperatures right now, 47 degrees out in Redding right now, 31 for Chester, 36 degrees for Susanville. It's cool this morning. You'll notice it as you're heading out to your car this morning or just heading outside in general. You're going to notice the colder temperatures. That's because the colder air has moved in behind the cold front. And you see that spin off the coast? You look at the speckled clouds. That's the cold air that's getting wrapped up in that area of low pressure. That's also the cold and unstable air, right? We're going to get some daytime heating today. That's going to help to destabilize the atmosphere, and as a result, chances for showers, and not to mention those thunderstorms. Here's your neighborhood forecast at a glance for each of the 6 neighborhoods that we focus on. By the way, that's what we do here at Weather NorCal. Really kind of help to hone in on each of our 6 different microclimates that I've broken down into 6 neighborhoods. The Valley, Trinity County, as you can see, snow levels down to around 2,000 feet, give or take. Showers and thunderstorms for the North Coast. That's the other neighborhood. Another neighborhood is Siskiyou County, with snow levels also around 2,000 feet. Your other neighborhood is Modoc County. That, of course, is snow levels around 2,500 feet today. And your other neighborhood is the Eastern Mountains. Now, the cool thing is, if you want to get a more detailed forecast for your neighborhood, let's get you to it. I'm going to take you to weathernorcal.com. There are different ways that you can do it. So again, what we're looking at here, and I'm going to take this down again. So you see at the very bottom there, see the color coding? You've got the purple there for the valley, the blue, light blue for Trinity County, the green for the North Coast, yellow for Siskiyou County, dark blue for Modoc, and of course orange is the Eastern Mountains. Here's what's cool about it. Check this out. I'm going to scroll down at the bottom of the home page. Look at that. There's the color coding right there. And you click on any one that you want. That's the beauty of it. And if you're at the very top and don't want to scroll to the bottom, look at the just below the main menu. It says neighborhoods. And you've got the 6 neighborhoods that you can click on there. So for example, we take you to the Valley. There it is. You got your planner hour by hour. These update each and every single hour, which by the way, the Valley neighborhood forecast is brought to you by and sponsored by NorCal Tractor. As you can see the logo there on those maps. And if you want to see a bigger image of it, there it is. That's the north end of the valley. And then, of course, all you have to do is click off right there, and you can check out the 7-day forecast for that area, take you back home, and you can check all the other different neighborhoods. So just wanted to kind of point that out as we look at that neighborhood forecast. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Crescent City. The overcast skies, but no rain up there just yet. That could change later this afternoon, but I do expect that it'll be dry through most of the day for you in Crescent City and even northern Humboldt County and a good portion of the day for, say, Siskiyou County and even Modoc County. But you'll see those showers and snow flurries kind of come in late this morning, early this afternoon. There's Lake Oroville, North Forebay, and you can see the clouds that have moved in. The winds have picked up a little bit, a little breezy in some spots, but not too bad. We take you out to Main Street, Chico. This is one of the Caltrans cameras out there on Highway 32. The roads aren't wet there yet. That may change as we see the showers and thunderstorms kind of kick in later this afternoon. And it looks like it's dry on Highway 99 at Neal Road. We take you out to Highway 44. This is the Sundial Bridge exit. It doesn't look like the road is wet there, but we have seen some showers in the Reading area earlier this morning, and that's kind of moved up to the north in the city of Shasta Lake. As of right now, if you look closely, you see around Reno, there's some chain requirements around there, but no chain requirements elsewhere. So it's a good, clear start for those roads. As you can see here, looking at the road conditions, Hatchet Mountain, there's a look at Highway 299-89, Cedar Pass. Look at that. I mean, Cedar Pass, we saw some of that snow last night. We're seeing some of this morning, and that is putting some snow on the road. We may eventually see some chain requirements on Cedar Pass here before you know it, because that's what it looks like right now. Look at Shingletown. Looks good. A little wet. Lassen Volcanic National Park. That's the entrance there on the north side and on Highway 44. And then a Bogard Ranger Station on Highway 44. Looks a little wet, but no major issues there. We take you out to Highway 3689. This is near Chester. Looks clear there. Looks clear Johnson Gray. But look at for down your summit. No chain requirements yet, but that may change. You can see the snow and the ice on the road there. So play it safe. Give yourself some extra time. Highway 36 and 44, Town Hill, you can't really see anything, but there is southeast Susanville. Looks dry. Looks good. So not a bad start to the day, but there are going to be some slick spots. You saw that on the cameras there. All right, take a look at the winds right now. Not really a problem here, but they will be picking up here later this afternoon, especially for the coast. All right, look at this. Well, that looks pretty ominous, doesn't it? Severe outlook. It's all green. No, don't worry too much about it. Think about this. When you see the light shade of green, that's the Storm Prediction Center basically saying, listen, the conditions are out there. The conditions are prime for some scattered thunderstorms. Is everyone on this map going to see a thunderstorm? No, I want to tell you that much right now. No, that's not going to be the case. But there will be a chance for thunderstorms for some of us. And I think the best chances will be in the valley and then the surrounding foothills. But even some of the mountains could see some thunderstorms here. And could that also mean thunder snow? A possibility. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast just for today and tonight. There you can see the swirl of that low pressure system. You see where all the activity is coming in from the south, right? So we're going to be looking at the showers, maybe some thunderstorms even through the morning hours. But look at to the north. Some scattered snow flurries for Siskiyou County, Modoc County. But look at northern Humboldt. Look at Delnor County. You're dry. You're still dry this morning, even at the noon hour. Now we go through the afternoon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're still seeing that flow around the area of low pressure. So the activity coming in from the south, southeast. Snow in the mountains between 1,500, 2,500 feet. Check the road conditions. I think that we may eventually see some chain requirements today, especially this evening and tonight. Showers, maybe some thunderstorms this afternoon for the valley, as you can see there. But again, look to the north. Not much in northern Modoc County, northern Siskiyou County, Delnor County fairly dry, and even northern and even western Humboldt County looking fairly dry as that low pressure system continues to dive to the south and move a little bit to the east as well. Now we take into about 6 o'clock this evening. Still scattered showers, thunderstorms, right? In the valley, snow. But again, look at the north. We're not seeing much. That's because the flow around that area of low pressure is just that's the very north end of it. So we don't see as much for northern Siskiyou or Modoc or even Delnor and Humboldt counties. But we're seeing some in southeast Humboldt County. And then by tonight, you see how we're starting to see it kind of wrap up a little bit. The coast is looking dry. The northwestern Trinity County looking dry, but still see some snow out there in the mountains. And it looks like still some scattered showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm tonight in the valley. But that's beginning to kind of wrap up as well. Look at the storm impacts today. So yellow and orange is minor to moderate. So look at Buckhorn Summit. Okay, Buckhorn Summit could see this morning and especially this evening and tonight the potential for some snow and some chain requirements. That's also the case for Berry Summit, not to mention Oregon Mountain, Highway 299. Of course, 36 in Trinity County could see some chain requirements. East of I-5, that goes without saying. Look at I-5, kind of in that limited category. So, as you head out towards Mount Shasta City on I-5, it could be some problems. It could be some slick roads. we may be able to get by without any chain requirements, but you definitely want to keep a close eye on those road conditions. And then conditions improve tomorrow. You see how we're just kind of in that limited range for most of the mountains, and it begins to really slim out as we get into your Saturday as well. All right, let's take your neighborhood forecast, starting off with Trinity County. Temperature is much cooler. Could you see some showers, snow levels, 2,000 feet, give or take. We take you to the south with Forest Glen, about 41, as well as Ruth, 38 for Wildwood. It's cold. I mean, we're going to struggle to get out of the 30s for some of us in the mountains. We take you out to Miranda with a high of 49, 50 in Redway, Shelter Cove, about 47. Showers, maybe some thunderstorms this afternoon. To the north, out towards Ferndale, Fortuna, Hydesville, Rio Dell, chance for showers, thunderstorms, especially this morning. But you saw there on Futurecast that by the afternoon, a lot of that activity might be gone. So most of what you're seeing here, those lightning strikes and showers, are this morning and early afternoon. But you notice I don't have anything for Klamath, Crescent City, or Smith River. Yes, later this evening, maybe some showers, maybe even around towards Gasquet as well. But overall, I mean, you're not going to see much in Del Norte County. We take out to Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, and there's a chance for showers, but extreme north, right? And you saw that on Futurecast. Hornbrook, Wairika, I think you'll be a little bit more hard-pressed to see some of those showers. Scott Valley, I think better chances there, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. And for central eastern Siskiyou County, snow levels around 2,000 feet today. Isolated activity off and on for Friday through the weekend. All right, let's take you out to Modoc County, where temperatures there are going to be in the low 40s for your daytime highs, so a cool day out there today. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. Look at Viola. Look at Old Station. Only reaching the mid to maybe some upper 30s. It is going to be downright cold in some areas. Summit Lake at Lassen Park, 27. South Entrance, 29. Manzanita Lake, only 33. A little bit warmer out towards Chester, the high of about 44. And there you can see Lake Lemonor West, about 40. Your Eastern Mountains to the south, Paradise, chance for showers, thunderstorms. Mineral, slimmer chances. But there you can see temperatures upper 30s, low to even mid 40s. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractors. Well, there, of course, see temperatures right around 50. I think some of us in the Valley may even struggle to get out of the 40s. But overall, around 50, give or take. 51 for Redding, 50 for the city of Shasta Lake. Lakehead, a high of about 48. And Whiskeytown, about 47. So there's your 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms today. Now I've got isolated showers on Friday and could see some isolated showers Saturday, Sunday as well, but mainly dry. Essentially what we're looking at for Friday through the weekend is what we call convective showers. And what that is we still got the cool and unstable air in play. Not even really all that unstable. We'll call it unsettled. So what happens is when you see breaks in the clouds and some daytime heating, that heat rises into the colder air loft and you see showers develop. And maybe even some thunderstorms. Listen, here's the thing. It's not out of the question on Friday, maybe even Saturday, you see an isolated thunderstorm. But I think the best chances and the heaviest rainfall will be today. And then the chances just kind of slim out a little bit here as we go into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And look at next week. It's going to be gorgeous again. We're getting back to spring around here with temperatures upper 70s by Tuesday. Look at that. By Wednesday, we're back up to 80 degrees. All right, so that should get you out the door this morning. If you're heading out just now, you know what to expect today. Glad you could watch and check in. Of course, be sure to stick around a little bit longer. We've got your latest ag report coming up here. We've also got some pictures from some of you that have shared some beautiful pictures of some of the clouds that we saw yesterday from the rain and the thunderstorms. And of course, we'll have another look at your forecast with a bit of a deeper dive, a little bit more detail in there as well. Let's check in with everybody, see how you're doing this morning. Good morning. Had a few sprinkles out here in Ash Creek. Can't wait for the good weather to come up. Warm weather. Have a great day, Mike, and a good cup of coffee. You know, I was so bummed because I kind of was falling a little bit behind this morning. So I didn't get a chance to refill my coffee before Coffee with Krueger. So I'm a little bummed. Have a great cup of coffee. I know I don't have my cup of coffee this morning. Thanks for the great weather update. You're welcome. Thank you. A good morning from Crescent City. You're dry right now, just overcast and probably a little cool out there right now. Let's take a look at I think I've got the camera over there. It's just overcast. You get the idea. 35 degrees and dry where Stephen is. Good morning. Have a great day, everyone. Bill is saying good morning to everybody, and so is Janice. Look at these pictures. I was kind of checking the images this morning and like, wow. Now this, you may have heard about it. It's out at Turtle Bay, and it's the Lantern Festival. It's kind of like the playoff of the lights that we have at Christmas time. And they've got these beautiful displays. I haven't had a chance to check them out. I've just been seeing a lot of pictures. This is the Lantern Festival. Apparently it's going through the summer. So I want to thank Krista for sending in this image, and she sent us some great ones. And this is another one. There you can kind of see the clouds off in the distance. It was overcast. But look at that. Pretty cool. I'm going to have to go check that out. Thank you, Chris, for sharing those images here. It's kind of some motivation for me and maybe some of you that are watching to maybe see that. David Hoffman, you haven't sent your images in a while, so it's nice to see some of your shots here. There you can kind of see. Now, look at the streaks coming from the clouds there. That's the rain. We saw some thunderstorms up in that general area. Look at the lake. The winds are certainly blowing too. You can kind of see a little choppy out there on the lake. So thank you, David, for sending in your images there. Good morning from Lake County. That's from Janice. Janice, I know. I wish I could include Lake County, but I'm busy as it is already. I'm spreading myself thinner and thinner, and I'm feeling it today. I've got to generate all the forecasts. I've got to go out and shoot an ag report today. I've got to go out and shoot some Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. I've got to go out and shoot Pet of the Week. I've got a dental appointment. Oh, and I've got to take my son to go get a helmet. We don't have a helmet for him yet. He had one for Alpine, but we haven't gotten him a helmet yet, so we got to get him because he wants to go skiing or snowboarding tomorrow. So I'm just like, I've got a million things to do today. Now, it's usually not going to be that bad today, but Lake County, I'm thinking about you, and I'm hoping as Weather NorCal grows and the staff here grows and I get more meteorologists on staff, that we'll be able to start including some other areas as well. Glad there's rain to keep filling the lakes. Yes. 35 here. Snow due between 9 and 12 probably, depending on where you are. Want to keep filling in the Trinity Lake? Yes. Have been disappointed in the amount of water in a couple of years, but yeah, no, you're right. It's been very low, Trinity Lake. So is Shasta, but Shasta's looking really good right now. So there you have it. Well, thanks everyone for chiming in here this morning. So glad you could join us. It is 6:52 in the morning. And as you know, every Thursday we do our NorCal Ag Report. Now, last week, went out to Providence International. It's a farm. And this is the NorCal Ag Report sponsored by Lassen County Nursery. Now, we're on the farm, and they had this great event going on this weekend. So I had a chance to talk to Bud from Providence International, and we're going to talk a bit more about the event going on this weekend and how you can participate as well to help support Providence International. So here is your Ag Report brought to you by Lassen County Nursery. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. And of course, you're watching NorCal Ag, sponsored by Lassen County Nursery. I've got with me Bud Hancock again from last week. We learned a little bit about the big structure out front and what it's all about and what it represents. And so we are now on the farm itself. And one of the great events that you will be hosting here very shortly is the tree tribute. So we got all the trees, we've got the trees back here. Tell me about the tree tribute, what that's all about.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, we're honoring not only past but present people that have added great value to our lives and community. Yeah. That's what the tree tribute is about. Each tree, both those that are living and planted, as well as new trees that we'll be receiving this next week, will be planted. And we have Rico Montenegro, who's a certified arborist and horticulturist, coming to lead that workshop and planting of trees. That's one of the features, and a barbecue and a greenhouse walk and a new trail walk as well. So it should be an amazing opportunity to get acquainted with the farm of the future.
And that's what's going on the 6th, right?
That's correct.
So people will be able to, and then have people already purchased their plaques? What do you have here on your,
yes.
your hand?
Yeah, this is just one example. The Lions Club want to honor veterans that have served us, some who've given the ultimate sacrifice, and some who currently with us that we can give tribute and thanks and expression of our appreciation for their service. So in this particular case, this is Enterprise Lions Club,
okay,
and other clubs and service clubs, as well as individuals and corporations and businesses, are sponsoring a tree or trees. Some are actually like Lassen Canyon.
Yeah.
They literally are sponsoring not only 6 trees for veterans, but they are providing strawberries for everyone that comes on June.
Why would they be donating strawberries? Of all things?
I wonder. And they're awesome.
Yeah,
they are amazing.
that's awesome.
They're great people and adding great value to our community. But anyway, this is an example. Lions clubs and other entities and churches can all and participate. And so we see this as a memory grove, giving tribute to those who've added huge value to our lives.
And people can come visit it and check it out.
Yes.
This is a little spot here we can maybe put a flag or maybe another
or
plant.
Even a companion plant.
Yeah.
Well, the new ones are growing. It takes about 4 years to get fruit. So of any magnitude. So in the interim, you could plant a cucumber in there. You could plant a squash or whatever, and you'll have a companion plant right along the tree.
And trees need companions
and they already have the fertigation that we call it, because we use only natural fertilizers, and we do not use herbicides or pesticides. We grow healthy food.
Well, that is fantastic. That's a great event that's going to be going on the 6th. And of course, if people are interested in getting a tree, who can they contact?
They contact area code 530-243-3373.
We'll put that number on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
That'll be nice and easy for them
thank
to
you.
remember. So if you are interested in that, and of course want to come out to the event on the 6th, be sure to come on out. I will be here. I'll try to be here. You will be here.
Yes.
And we hope to see you there as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bud.
Thank
you,
you,
we will see you next
Mike.
week for another NorCal Ag.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. That, of course, is NorCal Ag, brought to you by Lassen County Nursery. Bud is a great guy. Had an opportunity to talk to him a few times. Of course, we saw the last week where we're kind of talking about that structure they have up front here. And it seems like a great program, that Tree Tribute. And, of course, you can check out NorCal Ag on weathernorcal.com or from the free Weather NorCal app, and just click on the NorCal Ag segment, and then you'll eventually be able to click into watch the video. So if you want to get more information on that, of course, you can call the number and they will, of course, give you information if you want to donate a tree or buy a tree. And then, of course, you can maybe head out to the event on Saturday. So be sure to check that out, and it should be a lot of fun. I think my wife and I are planning on going out there. But sometimes things just don't work out. We'll see what happens. So we're hoping to really get out there. Janice, is kind of follow up on what you're talking about for Lake County. So yeah, even though you're in Lake County, you still have a home in Shasta. So you love to watch, even though you live in Lake County. But I'm sure you'd love to get a good, accurate weather report for your area as well. It seems like you're kind of in this weird dead zone, right? You're not technically in the Eureka viewing area for TV. I believe you are the Bay Area. I believe you're technically the San Francisco viewing TV market. Maybe Sacramento, but you're not part of the Redding Chico market. So I know you're kind of in this weird phase, and you probably don't get the attention that you like. For example, that's why I've included Susanville in Lassen County, because they tend to get endured a little bit here from the Reno TV stations that they are technically a part of. So that's what we try to do here at Weather NorCal, to give you the attention, especially in the smaller mountain communities and communities in general, so you can have the most accurate, reliable forecast you've ever had right here at Weather NorCal. All right, that is going to kind of wrap up what we're doing here with some of the pictures that we're seeing. Of course, at NorCal Ag as well. Tomorrow we will, of course, have Pet of the Week. And then next Monday, that's when we have our Turtle Day Wonderful World of Animals segment as well. And of course, you can always check the latest on all of those from the website and from your app as well. All right, let's get you right to it, get to the forecast. But before we do that, look at that, almost right on schedule again, 6:59. About a minute early, as a matter of fact. But we have to remind ourselves that we do have sponsors, and we need to be sure that we recognize them. Wind River Resort and Casino is our sponsor for Coffee with Krueger, so we have to thank them and mention them, because at Wind River Resort and Casino, you can enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. So be sure to check them out if you want to go out and have a good time. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the radar right now. And of course, we've seen some rain this morning out towards the Redding area. But last night, boy, I mean, some fairly active weather in some areas here, especially, say, around the Redding area, kind of eastward and then northeastward as well, making its way into the Bernie area. You saw some lightning strikes towards Shingletown, right? All of that pretty much quickly died out as it started kind of heading up the mountains. But there have also been some snow flurries for some of the higher elevations. Cedar Pass, for example, has seen some accumulating snow. Out towards the north entrance of Lassen Volcanic National Park on Highway 44, there's some snow accumulating on there as well. We're beginning to see some snow also kind of around the Fredonia Summit as you're heading towards Susanville. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind if you're traveling in the Eastern Mountains. There are no chain requirements as of yet, at least last check, but you're going to need to check those chain requirements no matter where you're going in the mountains, whether it's to the north, even to the west on Highway 299. All right, I need you to keep a close eye on those road conditions because they will change rapidly over the next couple of days. So there again is some of that snow that we've seen here. There's the area of low pressure now to our south, diving to the south. Now the rain that we saw in Redding has shifted northward. It's now over kind of the Mountain Gate area, city of Shasta Lake, and even as you start heading west of Old Shasta, it looks like as you near French Gulch, you might be looking at some of those showers right now. All right, we take you off to the south and west, and we're seeing some showers that are approaching. This is the area of low pressure. This activity is kind of moving in this direction right here. And so you can see around Garberville and some activity here to the north and west. Basically, southwest Humboldt County is where we're seeing the bulk of that. That'll be progressing northward here throughout the morning and into the afternoon. Right now, temperatures mid to upper 40s. It's definitely chillier outside than it has been the last few mornings. So make sure that you're just prepared for that. That when you're stepping out the door this morning, that you're going to notice it's going to be much cooler than it has been the last few days. And we are right around or just above freezing for many of those higher elevations like Shingletown at 33, 33 for Bernie, but Alturas a couple of degrees below freezing at about 30, 39 degrees in Hoopa, upper 30s to around 40 along the coast. So here are your headlines. Showers, possible thunderstorms today, snow levels dropping to as low as 1,500 feet, but I think on average it'll be around 2,000 feet. Cool and unsettled through the weekend. What does unsettled mean? A mixture of sun, some clouds, some passing showers, and maybe even an off chance for a thunderstorm, although better chances for thunderstorms here for today. And then mainly dry and warmer as we go into early next week. So the severe outlook, talked about this earlier. You look at all this green, like, it's thunderstorms everywhere. No, this is just basically saying that we have the proper conditions for thunderstorms to develop. That cold and unstable air is in place. Get enough convection, daytime heating, we can see thunderstorms. We're also seeing rotation around the area of low pressure, and these little disturbances could also help to squeeze out some of that moisture and bring us some showers and thunderstorms. But not everyone will see it. I think the best chances will be in the valley, the surrounding foothills, and some of the mountains, and not to mention especially for the southern portions of Humboldt County along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast. We're going to walk you through the timing of everything. We're going to get past tonight. So there you can see some of the snow that we're seeing this morning. Now we take you about 10 o'clock this morning. You see again how it's all kind of coming in from the south. Rain could get heavy at times this morning, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Snow levels on average around 2,000 feet, but we're not seeing a ton of snow, but just some snow flurries off to the north and east. And look at look at northern Humboldt County. It's dry. Taking to the noon hour, again, that's kind of pushing northward. Now we're seeing more snow to the north, but still dry for northern Humboldt County and Del Norte. Then we go into 5 o'clock this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms continue in the valley. Now it's pushing northward. Looks like Modoc County, a good portion of Siskiyou County, seeing some of those snow flurries, but still not much activity for really most of Humboldt and most of Del Norte as well. But you see a few showers kind of popping up at that point. But look what's happening. Now that area of low pressure is kind of shifting to the south and east and kind of moving eastward, now we're seeing some decent snow in the mountains, east to the north and east, southern Cascades, northern Sierra. This is where we really start running into problems with chain requirements. And again, you can see on Highway 299, that's not Highway 299, it's right here. That's Highway 36, that's Highway 299. But look at Highway 3. I mean, so we are going to be looking at, especially as the sun sets and we get to the overnight hours, the colder air moves in and we see better potential for some of that snow. Now, still tomorrow morning, some snow off to the far eastern portions of California. But it's fairly dry, maybe some leftover showers and sprinkles for the valley. And you see that? A little leftover activity along the coast. Now, we take into the noon hour. This is what we call convective activity over the next few days. What does that mean? Well, the cold air that I've been talking about, that's in place. And it's overhead. So it's above us, and of course it's at the surface as well. But there's cold air aloft as well. And now, despite the fact that it's colder, when you have the sun out, that heats the surface. That heat then rises into the colder air aloft. That's an unstable atmosphere. That's when you start seeing showers popping up. That's when you start seeing those puffy cumulus clouds. That's also when you see the chance for thunderstorms. So look at Friday afternoon. There's that convection, right? We're seeing the pop-up showers, maybe, just maybe, an isolated thunderstorm, but those chances are much slimmer by tomorrow. And then you can see some pop-up showers for the coast and some snow flurries in the mountains. That's tomorrow. We're pretty much going to do the same thing again as we take you into Saturday. Here's Saturday morning. See some of the showers off to the west, fairly dry. We start to see the daytime heating. Even by the noon hour, begin to see some pop-up showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm through the afternoon on Saturday. And then we could probably see the same again on Sunday. Now, the rainfall totals that you see here, they're mainly going to be from today, because today is when I expect some of the heaviest rainfall, the heavier downpours, and of course the stronger thunderstorms. By tomorrow, by Saturday, it's few and far between, as you saw on Futurecast. Now, we'll also have some winter weather out there. There's a winter weather advisory for Trinity County for elevations mainly above 2,500 feet. But as I mentioned, we could see snow levels drop to as low as 2,000 feet and locally lower. But that's until 11 o'clock tonight. For the eastern mountains, it's until 11 o'clock tonight. Excuse me, until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And then for the red or the pink, that is the winter storm warning from 7 p.m. today until 10 a.m. Friday morning. So really, what does all that mean? It just means that we've got some snow in the forecast, and you need to keep a close eye on the road conditions. So latest model data coming in, too much. That's not going to happen. Probably not going to happen for Fall River Mills. But really, I don't want you to take a look at this and go, that's exactly how much snow I'm going to see between 1 and 2 inches. No, I want you to look at this and go, hey, listen, there's a chance that for all the areas that have numbers here, you can see some light accumulation. You head up higher and higher in elevation, better chances of seeing significant amount of snow. So yeah, I mean, is it out of the question to see 2 to 4 inches in Chester? No, it's not, because you're at 4,500 feet. Is it out of the question in Alturas to see 2 to 4 inches? No, because you're at about 4,000 feet. But when you start heading down to 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet, all right, the chances are slimmer for a lot of snow, but you could see a dusting, and that's not out of the question. And that's going to impact your mountain travel. So I want you to watch the road conditions closely. And maybe after this, we'll take another look at the road conditions to see what they're doing. All right, so there, of course, you can see the forecast winds. Essentially, here's the thing. The winds are really picking up this afternoon and evening for the coast. So that's where the strongest winds will be. But really what I'm expecting after that is just, gusty winds at times. Is it going to be a major wind outbreak? No. But it's going to be more of a nuisance wind for today, tomorrow, and even going into your Saturday. See, we see a break, the winds kind of subside in the morning, but then they kind of pick back up in the afternoon. That's pretty typical. You start getting that energy of the heating of the day, and that tends to kind of mix up the winds a little bit here. So once again, we see the area of low pressure right here. Cold air with the speckled clouds. That cold air getting wrapped up in the area of low pressure. The showers and thunderstorms that we see is going to be kind of rotating around that area of low pressure, coming in from the south in general. That area of low pressure, even though it's diving to the south as we speak, it will eventually push to the north and east. So we'll see it to our east on Friday. But again, you saw on Futurecast the off and on chances for showers, more convective in nature through Saturday, not to mention Sunday as well. You can see just not much activity. Now what's going to happen is, you see this right here, that's a ridge of high pressure. It's building in, it's got warmer air associated with it. That's moving in Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. Temperatures getting around 80 degrees. We're talking 70s and 80s possibly by the end of next week. And speaking of the end of next week, not much, if any, rainfall is in the forecast. In fact, Climate Prediction Center has us in the darker shades of brown, indicating a pretty good chance of seeing below normal rainfall. And then we look at the overall trend with temperatures. Again, there's the pocket of cold air. This is why our snow levels are so low. And then going into Friday, that colder air is still in place, but it's shifting eastward. So temperature is not as cold tomorrow. Now, remember I was talking about some colder air coming back down through the weekend, and it was expected to kind of shift over us. But look what's happening. It's actually kind of sliding to our north and east. Now, this may pick up the winds a little bit as well. We call this an inside slider. Typically, the winds may pick up as a result from that, but not as cold as initially thought. And that also means not as unstable. And that's why the chances for showers over the weekend, especially Sunday, are going to be a lot slimmer. And then that high pressure, as I mentioned, builds in. There's that warmer air really moving in here by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, slowly shifting eastward as we go through next week. But overall, we're keeping our temperatures above normal based on the Climate Prediction Center here, kind of in those oranges indicating better chances of seeing above normal temperatures. Your wave heights for today, pretty high. That's why there's a small craft advisory for the coast. And then, of course, as we go into your Friday, those wave heights should start to decrease. But we do have that small craft advisory, as I mentioned. But by this evening, that'll be upgraded to a gale warning. So just know that the conditions are not going to be very good out there if you need to be on a small boat. Look at these temperatures, only reaching the low 50s. If we even reach 50 in some spots, it's going to be a chilly day out there today. The mountains only reaching the low to mid 40s, and for the coast, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. All right, so let's go and take a look at our 7-day outlook region by region, and there you can see chance for showers, thunderstorms today. And then for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's the convective showers. Remember, I was talking about that. A mix of sun, clouds, few passing showers. And then it dries out entirely by Monday. That's the same story for the coast. Now, the thing is, the coast, you'll be dry for a good portion of the day. But we can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm, especially in the morning hours. And then, of course, it dries out entirely by Monday. Your 7-day outlook for Mount Shasta, Alturas, and Susanville. Yeah, you've got the snow, off and on chances for snow flurries here and there, all the way through Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it starts to dry out. All right, so there you go. That it is. There it is. That's your forecast. Hope you guys got everything out of it you needed. If you have any questions, now is the time to do so. I'll keep checking in on your comments to see if you have any questions about this upcoming storm. Because I know a lot of people, tend to travel and they need to make some travel plans. Maybe you've got travel to go to the coast, or maybe you're heading out to Susanville, or vice versa. Maybe you're coming from the coast to the valley, or from Susanville into the valley, and you may be dealing with you're maybe concerned about what the roads are going to be doing. So let's take a look at those latest road conditions out there right now, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. And you can see, again, latest check, there are no chain requirements over Northern California. You have to head out to Reno, close to Reno, before you start seeing that. We take a look at the latest images coming in from the Caltrans cameras. Everything looks A-OK for Snowman Summit and Dunsmuir. Unfortunately, the camera's not available at Mount Shasta City, but I'm sure it looks okay there. Looks like Caltrans keeping Cedar Pass pretty clear, but there you can see a little wet out towards Hatchet Mountain, and not to mention the Four Corners at 299 and 89. There you can see Lassen Park actually looks pretty good. Looks like Caltrans has done a pretty good job keeping that clear as well. And then, of course, we can take you down into near Chester, Johnson Grade. There's for down your Summit. Looks a little slick there. And now that we've got a little bit of daylight, we can kind of see Town Hill there. Looks like we are just looking at a little wet, but overall, it's not too bad out there. Let's see if we have the camera from Crescent City still going. Yeah, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. That is the sunrise image that we have going there. We are going to be wrapping up the show this morning. You check it out. But before we do that, one last thing I wanted to show you here, and that is the road conditions. What I'm going to do here is show you, we go to weathernorcal.com. We're going to scroll down. See that? Road conditions. So here's the cool part. You can scroll down and you can see this is where you can find all, just click on that. And it'll give you the road conditions as far as chain requirements and whatnot. But if you're looking for a quick glance at all the cameras, look at that. You can check out all the different regions. Highway 8997, there's Highway 299 West with Buckhorn Summit, Oregon Mountain, Berry Summit. There's 299 East, right? You can see the latest look at all of the cameras here at one quick glance. So think about that next time you need to check out those latest road conditions. That is going to do it for us this morning, folks. But, oh, Here we got a question here from Rose. How will Reading look for the total eclipse on Sunday, Monday? It'll look okay. It's not going to be a total eclipse for us, but it'll be okay. It's going to be we're going to be able to see it because the clouds will not be covering it. So that's okay. But we're only going to be about, what, 20 to 30% coverage of the sun. So it's not going to be terribly exciting, but it's exciting nonetheless. Make sure you've got these special cameras right here. Boom, there you go. Make sure you got those because you can't look at the sun otherwise. You can't use sunglasses or anything like that. All right, folks, that should cover any of your questions and cover the rest of the day. You have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. It'll be Friday tomorrow morning. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on Coffee with Krueger. Have a great day.